All right, officially set. All right. Whew. We are good to go in this live stream take 5. Eric Castillo, what's up, man? How'd you do this week? Did you get more than 17 points, I hope? Ugh. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a lag as I talk, so hopefully that kind of goes away as I continue to upgrade my my software and whatnot. But man, 17 points after all that played. My highest scoring player was Kyle Walker-Peters. Salah and Martinez left. Oof. I mean, I hope Salah bags. I mean, he could easily get double digit himself, but the way this game week's going, I expect him to start on the bench, if I'm being honest. This game week is... I think my lowest scoring week of all time is like 28 points, and I'm well on my way to getting there. Salah Martinez. I mean, who's Martinez playing tomorrow? I forget. Fulham? Martinez can come away with a clean sheet. I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, you're sitting at 20 points. You could end up with 26. You could end up with 36, which I would gladly take right now. 36 points I'd be happy with. 20, oof. Yeah, there's a wee bit of a delay, but we'll have to kind of roll through that as I get this going. 20 points. Would I drop Son for Barnes or Bruno? Ooh, that's tough because Son got taken off with a hamstring today, right? So I don't think he won't be playing next week, I'd assume. I haven't obviously we have to wait to see what the physio says, but let's see. For Barnes or Bruno? Yeah, the thing with Bruno is he ended up with what? 12 points last week. 12 points, and I didn't think he played that well. He had some great set piece. I think the first goal was set up by a beautiful ball to Rashford, and Rashford did all the work. Also, I think Matty Ryan should have probably stepped out. Jose's out for a while. Oh man. Oh yeah, he's definitely gone then. Definitely dropped Son. But yeah, for Barnes or Bruno. Yeah, I don't know. The thing with Bruno is penalties. What are there? 21 penalties through 25 games right now. I'd almost think if he stays on pens, I know we talked about it yesterday, saying Rashford might take some, but Bruno probably be the way that I would go right now, just because of that. I'll bring up his fixtures right now. Bruno, Tottenham next week. Not too worried about that. Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal. He's got a kind of a tough run, but again, I don't think he played that well as far as on the field, like open field. His set pieces were great, and his penalty was world class. Put that thing top bins. But so even with the bad performance, in my opinion, he came away with 12 points. With how often pens are happening, I could easily see him consistently putting up points like that. As far as Harvey Barnes go, I might be a little biased because I do have him on my squad, so I might lean a little bit more towards him. I'll bring up his stats right now. Let's see. I'm using Assistant Manager for those who don't know. I love it. Harvey Barnes I thought looked good today. Two of the Vardy's penalties came off of a Harvey Barnes pass that leaked him through. Even on the counter, I thought Harvey Barnes looked pretty dangerous against this Man City squad. He had 2 shots today, so one of the shots I thought he probably should have put away. But if you look at how he did, I mean, he's averaging 12 shots over 4, so he's averaging 4 shots a game right now. And his Leicester side looked good to start the season. I mean, they just handed Man City a whooping. Harvey Barnes himself, we look at his fixtures. West Ham, I don't know what to think about West Ham. Honestly, that's tough. Yeah, I agree. Barnes inside the box. I don't know about today. I think both of his shots were outside the box. But I think his first 10 shots of the season, his first 2 game weeks, were all inside the box. He's consistently getting forward. He's leaking the counter. I almost think he looks more dangerous on the counter than Jamie Vardy does, which is crazy to think. But he's got West Ham up next. We'll see what happens with that. Aston Villa after that. Arsenal leads. So he has a good run of fixtures, Harvey Barnes. I think he's incredibly creative right now. I think he's probably nailed on. And as far as differential goes, he might be the way to go. And he can. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes right now in my own house. And you can save that $3.5 million to upgrade somewhere else. If you went Harvey Barnes, who would you go for? Who would you upgrade for Bruno Fernandes? Because $3.5 million goes a long way. And Harvey Barnes looks good. I'll say that. But again, I'm probably a little biased because I'm all on the Harvey Barnes train right now. So take that with a word of caution. Oh! I gotta reset my camera every now and then. Am I back on? I'm back on. Yeah, I'd probably go Harvey Barnes. I'm hoping my camera is working. It looks like it's still looking like it's off. Sorry, technical difficulties are still new for me, man. Oh, there we go. Okay, we are on. Yeah, Harvey Barnes looks good. Let's bring up Bruno Fernandes while we're at it. Since we're talking about him a little bit. Let's go to Man United. Is it crazy that I'm jealous of this? Bruno Fernandes had one shot last game. So, I mean, he is struggling to start the season off. I'm not going to lie, Bruno, but penalties, man. It's almost like you need a full squad of penalty takers right now, the way things are going. Especially with that handball rule. I don't want to get too much into that, but good call. I'm thinking of bringing in Barnes and Pulisic. Oh, Pulisic, my baby. In the next 2 weeks for Son and Foden. What moves am I thinking of making for my squad for game week 4? First off, I want to say that Pulisic right now is definitely on my radar. I don't know how I'm going to get him in yet, because if you look at my midfield, I still like my midfield a lot. Werner, Martial, one of them got to go. But I want to get Pulisic in. And he's dropped down to price to 8.3 right now. And again, I might be biased as an American, but man, that is such a good price for Pulisic. A proven player who's electric off the ball, consistently trying to take on opponents. Pulisic is a way to go. I love that pick. Barnes and Pulisic. My moves for... Let's bring up my moves. I've already made a move. Spoiler alert for my team selection video this week. But my move I made this week is I dropped Martial and went for Jimenez. I can't handle Jimenez anymore. Or not Jimenez. I can't handle Martial anymore. It's so hard to watch him play as an owner. And to watch him probably bag a brace next game. But let's look at how he did for these last 2 games. Bring him up. He has more. I have the same amount of shots this season than Anthony Martial does on target. And the same amount of attempted assists. Look at that. 1 shot per game, 0 shots on target, 0 attempted assists. He is almost nowhere to be found. It's so frustrating to watch. The Man United that we saw last season, as soon as Bruno got there, are nowhere to be found right now. And I don't know what's happening. I'm not a United fan. I don't know if it's a coaching thing. I don't know if it's a squad thing. But right now it's just tough. It's tough to handle Martial. So I went with Jimenez. I'm kind of glad he had a bad game today, so not as many people pick him up. Only 2 shots, 1 on target. But his fixtures are so good. He's so clinical in front of goal. I'm going with Jimenez. And his fixtures: Fulham, Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, best team in the world. Leicester, even better. So I went with Jimenez. And saves me 0.5, so I can have moves to make later on. Let's see. DCL and Richarlison could be great picks for you. Yeah, I want DCL in my squad, but I'm kind of hard. Oh, you're a United fan, and as a United fan, honestly, what do you think of United right now? What's their problem? I don't know. I don't say what's their problem, but they don't look as gelled as they did at the end of last season. And they look. I mean, they're healthy, right? Rashford, great goal, by the way. But yeah, I wanted to get DCL in my squad. I'm just a little nervous to bring him in, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I think I'm still holding on to last season I didn't necessarily like his game last season, even though he did score a lot of goals. I didn't rate him, but he's improved a lot this season. He's scoring everything, so maybe it's just me being biased. But I'm definitely looking forward to him. After he's got Liverpool, not this week, but the week after. After that, I think I'm going to bring him in. Especially if Werner hasn't done anything by then. Nos vemos. Tie between Jimenez and Ings. Oh, two United fans. I need help on what to do with United, because they could easily flip the switch and be the United that we saw that everyone wanted to triple up on last season. Let's go to Danny Ings real quick, because I talked about Jimenez for a little bit. I don't know if you heard that. I could go back on that if you haven't heard that. But if we go to Danny Ings, let's see. Always takes a second to upload. He didn't get too many shots off last game, but he doesn't need them. He's so clinical. He's just consistently scoring. West Brom up next, they're up 3-0 to Chelsea and then tied 3-3. So there's opportunities there for goals. And I think even then, Chelsea in the first half had like 11 shots. So there are opportunities to score. Then he's got Chelsea, Everton. He scores against big clubs, Danny Ings, so I'm not worried about him playing against Chelsea, especially because they gave up 3 to West Brom. Everton, Aston Villa, Newcastle. So he has a good run of fixtures. He's averaging about, 2 shots per game. And let's see if the Southampton we saw this game week made me feel a lot more comfortable bringing in Danny Ings for next game week. I will say that I brought in Jimenez, but Ings will save you 0.1 if you're working, or 0.2 now because Jimenez went up in price, if that's a problem. But that's tough. I'll see if I can talk about that later in my team selection video. I might stream again on Friday, and if that's the case, I'll definitely have more on the Jimenez versus Ings debate for you. Ole, love him personally, but players stop playing for him. Also, he doesn't get on the touchline as coach. Yeah, the thing with Ole is before Bruno came in, he was on the chopping block, right? Like he didn't really have a style of play. It was almost just counter, sit back and counter. And as far as what to do when you have possession, they were a little lost. So it makes me curious that before Bruno came in, everyone was saying Ole's done, Ole's done. Bruno came in, the team shifted, and now he's suddenly the man again. But start of the season, is it an Ole thing? It's tough to say. I mean, that's probably what I would do, or what I would say is a problem. But I'm also a fan of not blaming the managers all that much. I still want to give players some critique, even though managers are a huge part of the game. So and as far as holding on to United players, they're off my squad. They're so fickle. I don't know when I'm going to bring them back. Let's look at their schedule real quick. And United players here. Exactly. No vision or style of play. We're depending on world-class players to have world-class. Sancho. If Sancho comes in to the Prem, he is in my squad immediately. This dude is going to get double-digit goals, double-digit assists. But yeah, I'm with you. There's no game plan for him. They don't have that style of play that I'm looking for. I thought last season they had it with Bruno on one side, Pogba, and they shifted it back and forth, consistently trying to break down the center halves, getting behind them. But right now, they're not creative. There's just something lacking. But if Sancho comes in, at what price do you get him? Honestly, as a United fan, what price would you get Sancho? Because if he comes in, he'd have Bruno behind him, Pogba behind him. Van de Beek, I don't know how much time he'll get, but I like him as a player. Martial in front, Rashford on the other side. There's a lot of opportunities for this dude to score. Let's see. Yeah, their run of fixtures coming up. Tottenham, top 6 squad. Chelsea, Arsenal. Everton could potentially be top 6 at the rate they're going right now. They're scheduled, yeah. I'm holding off on United players. If they score, if Martial scores a brace this weekend, fine, that's cool, but I can't handle the headache of watching him play anymore. But man, Sancho, 9 to 10. Oh. If Sancho comes in at 9 mil, I'm I'm doing anything to get him in my squad. Let me see Sancho's stats real quick. This is fbref.com, by the way. .com, yeah. Jadon Sancho. The difference between Bale and Sancho, though, is Bale is a proven Prem asset. But yeah, he hasn't really played much these last few years, so I can't see. Yeah, I can't see Sancho being anything less than 9.5. I agree. But I could also see him because of how many players like or how many managers like United. I could probably see him getting like 10.5 mil just because, because people are gonna pick him regardless. Let's see. Last season at Dortmund, 17 goals, 16 assists, and none of them were penalties. Oh my gosh. Oh man, 1.3 goals or assists per 90. That is phenomenal. The only, as far as all y'all, if you're big into expected goals, expected assists, he obliterated those numbers, almost doubled them. So it looks like he's very clinical in front of goal too. I have to keep refreshing my camera every time it goes off. Sorry if it keeps going black for a second. The screen goes black for a second. My camera only allows like 15 minutes at a time being recording. So we're still working again on technical stuff, but shots per 90, 2.16, not the or 2.05, not the greatest, but man, he's just so technical on the ball. He's so creative. And if I was a defender, man, I'd be scared every time he touches the ball and I have to face him. And he could be the creativity that they do need. If Danchi comes. Dancho? Or is that Sancho? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, KDB. Are you going to get rid of him for Sancho? I don't know. That's a tough call, actually. I don't know who I'd get rid of. I like De Bruyne a lot. He's obviously, like I said in my video, outside of Alex Morgan and Lionel Messi, KDB is my favorite player in the world. Even today, he looked phenomenal. I know he only came away with 2 points, but 3 attempted assists. He still had some beautiful crosses that he whipped in, so I'm not worried about KDB, but I don't know who I'd get rid of. If he comes in at 9 mil, I'd probably downgrade Werner to... No, I'd downgrade Werner to DCL and then put in Sancho. Done deal. And I would be in that... There we go. No problem. I'd probably get rid of Harvey Barnes for him. Easy. Next. But then again, how would I get Pulisic in? Yeah. I'm worried Sancho would struggle at first like Werner is. Definitely a problem. Yeah, Alex Morgan. Funny story about Alex Morgan. Before I get back into Sancho, little nugget of information. I grew up in Southern California, and I played on a club soccer team here. And I was like 12, 13 years old at the time. And I was super nervous around talking to women. I still was. I'm still like 29 years old. I still am now. Even worse so when I was like 13 years old. So whenever we practiced with like the women's club, I wouldn't really talk to them or anything. But then again, but that being said, 10 years later, fast forward, turns out Alex Morgan and I played on the same club soccer squad or football squad. She was just on the girls team. I was on the guys team. And yeah, that image still haunts me to this day that I could have at least said hi to Alex Morgan back then. She's still my favorite soccer player of all time, though. And she reps my city, so win-win. Yeah, Sancho struggling like Werner is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what... It's hard for me because there are players who come in like Bruno Fernandes, and they have zero problem fitting into a new squad and a new league, and they work out fine. But then you get players like Werner or Pepe who come in and they don't perform. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely an issue, and it's definitely from now on I'm going to be holding out on new players coming into my squad. I'm always too excited to get in my squad, but I need to be more patient on that for next season. This league is on a mad with Wolves. Yeah, Wolves losing. When West Ham's fixtures came out, everyone was saying, "Oh, they're going to start off like 0-7," and then now that here they are beating Wolverhampton, and not just beating them like 3-0. They thwomped them. They just destroyed. It's mental right now. Leeds scored 4-3 on Liverpool. Scored 4 last week. I thought they'd be a defensive unit. It looks like they're quite the opposite now. Although they did have a shutout today. Also, Sheffield United are in trouble right now. They got to figure something out, or they're in trouble, in my opinion. Yeah, Werner fooled us. Oh, we all thought there was like 50% selection. Let's see what he is now. 32. He's dropped like 18% in 3 game weeks. He fooled us all. I'm just hoping that when Pulisic comes and Ziyech comes, he'll be the Werner we expect. Because I'm not taking another -4, and I'm not dropping him this week. For now, we'll see what happens later in the week. Indiana, shout out Indiana Hoosiers one time. Are you a Colts fan as well? Do you watch American football? Yeah, Indiana. I don't know what else there is in Indiana. Hoosiers, Indianapolis Colts. The Peyton Manning would always beat my squad. Captain Werner. Oh, you know what's funny is I don't know. Did anybody like nail a captaincy pick? I would like to see the stats on. Captaincy picks this week, and see if anybody really delivered. I mean, obviously there's going to be people who captain Susech or something, but I don't know. Who else would you have captained? Captaining Werner was rough. The worst thing about captaining Werner is it happened yesterday, and so you're sitting there thinking, I still have KDB to go up. I still have Salah to go up, so I'm gonna drop in ranking. But really, nobody's hitting this weekend. Maybe Salah tomorrow, hopefully. KDB, yeah, I captained KDB too. I thought for sure that he would get something. They were you can never bet against Man City scoring. Right now, their problem is obviously defense. They just gave up five to Leicester today. Let's see what they gave up today. 5? Oof. 5 to Leicester. And Ndidi was gone, so a lot of people are doing it. He never moved from my captaincy spot. But, man, just rough. Mahrez, too. Can we talk about Mahrez and Madison real quick? Who had the better goal? What, Madison with that curler or Mahrez with his opposite foot that went top bins? Disgusting. That incredible volley. Who do you guys think was better? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think Madison's any other game week was probably the best goal of the week, but he wasn't even the best goal of the game in my opinion. Let's see. Not much in the NFL these days. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning would always beat my Chargers. I hated him every year. Every year, Chargers would be great, and we'd meet Peyton Manning or Tom Brady in the playoffs, and they would both send us home packing. I mean, I respect Peyton Manning more than any NFL player maybe of all time outside of like Ed Reed probably, but man. Hard for me as a Charger fan. KDB, not much of NFL these days. KDB, Castaneda. How did he do today? Actually, I don't know. Castaneda. Castagna? Oh, yeah. Castagna, real G's move in silence like Castagna. Yeah, he's off to a hot start. Look at that. 14, 23, 27. He's averaging 9 points per game. Is he a I don't want to say a must-have, but is he who I should be looking for? 5.6. Got West Ham next. Aston Villa. Leeds coming up. Real G's moving silence like Castagna could be a great pick. Nailed on the left back spot. All right, I think he played right back today too. Justin went left. Sorry, but yeah. Mount scored. Mount scoring was huge. I kept thinking Mount was probably the pick to have for Chelsea, considering all the injuries they have. And man, he also was that the goal that the keeper kind of just froze and just sat there and watched it go in, caught him off guard. Mount looks good. I think he's a sneaky good pick. What is he at? What's his price range? 6.9. Could be a sneaky pick. 12 points. Oh, 12 points. You had over half of my points from Mason Mount himself. Also, Chelsea are strange right now. It almost seems like they're better when they have their academy players playing than their 300 million pound players. Missed the Mars goal. Yeah, Madison's was saucy. Shout out Rihanna one time. I'm never gonna not bring up Rihanna. So if you're a fan of Rihanna, welcome to the channel. Yeah. Mars' goal was disgusting. Look it up. If I could bring it, could I bring it up right now, or am I going to get copyrighted if I do that on YouTube? Look it up. It was just a first time shot off the volley, right foot, banger. A must see. Incredible. Madison was unreal, but Mars was on a new level. Yeah, thank you. I think Madison's on any other day would be the goal of the weekend, but Mars might have the goal of the season. And it's not just that he hit it top bins, it's that he did it with his weak foot. It's phenomenal. I mean, yeah. I think I woke up my roommates when that happened screaming. It was like 8 in the morning when it happened. Wild. Mars is another one too that if he gets playing time, if he gets more playing time, I don't know how I justify not having him. Honestly, if he gets more playing time, I might think of just dropping my... I don't know how to get him in though. But 10 points today. I mean, he's so good. He's at 8.4 right now. If he gets consistent time, Mars is somebody you got to look into. Next week, Prowse might score. He played well today. I haven't seen the Southampton game just yet. I think my live feed just went out. Let me reset it in a second. Actually, I'll just make sure. Ward Prowse. Let me see how he did. I didn't get a chance to watch the Southampton game too much. I was pretty busy this weekend. I hate to admit it. Let's see. You look good. I'll have to go back and watch the game. I haven't recorded yet. Died on me. Just reset the camera. It takes a little bit. Sorry for that. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to keep seeing my Welsh jersey pop up to reset the camera. No shots. I'll have to go back and watch it. Is he still on penalties or is it Danny Ings? Was he ever on penalties? Am I mistaken right now? Let's see. Nothing wrong with Rihanna. Nothing wrong with Rihanna. This channel is dedicated to Rihanna and Alex Morgan and Emma Watson. If they ever notice me, or Alex Morgan, if you're listening out there, Cyprus Football Club, please come on to my show and talk about some soccer. I'm saying soccer because she's American. Although she's playing for Tottenham. Isn't she playing for Tottenham right now? I think I might be a Tottenham fan now. Yeah. Shout out Alex Morgan one time. Come on the show and we'll talk about an FPL squad. Foden disappeared. Yeah. Get one more game. Foden. Let's see if Foden even got off any shots today. I don't know. I don't know how to find heat maps on here. I'm still trying to figure all that out. No shots. Yeah, Phil Foden disappeared. A lot of people brought him in. Thought he was gonna ball out. He started again. That's 3 starts in 1 week, which is wild for Pep Roulette, or in 7 day span. But yeah, a little disappointing. Let's see how he. I was gonna say let's see how he does next game week, but Pep Roulette might strike. When are you playing my wild card? Ooh. To be honest, I'm tempted about doing it this week. I got to get rid of like Werner is tough for me to hold on to. Saka's got to go. Although I might play him this week against Sheffield United. Saka's got to go. If I get rid of Saka and drop Werner down to, let's say, DCL, that'll give me like... Actually, let's do it right now. Well, I got my squad up. If I get rid of Saka for just an average 4.5... I don't know, Stevens, even though he's gone. Stevens from Burnley, 4.4. If I drop him, if I have no bench, I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. Vinagre, I'll keep. Werner, I go down to Calvert-Lewin. Has form and fixtures. Can't say no to that. That gives me 3.4 mil to spend. I could wildcard this game week. I mean, if I put it to Vinagre, I could get any defender I want. If I go back and just put it in the midfield, anyone for 7-8. Obviously, this. Whoops. Yeah, I'd probably upgrade my upgrade defense, wouldn't I? I mean, this is just kind of the fly thing. Speaking of fly thing, shout out Alex Morgan again one time. She is definitely a Spur now, and I don't want to say I'm a Spurs fan, but I would definitely buy her jersey. Actually, I might buy it and wear it on my next video. Man, she's awesome. 4 goals in 1 game in the World Cup. Shout out Alex Morgan. Anyone at that? Is there anyone at that price? 7.6. Zaha disappeared a little bit today. How about Mopay right now? Oh my days. 8, 24, 26. 26 divided by 3 was that? Dang near 8 a game. 8.5 points per game, something like that. Mopay. You didn't miss much on the Southampton game. Very long balls the whole game. Super defensive, and Ings looked clinical. Yeah, his shot looked a little weird, didn't it, though? His shot looked like it kind of took a little deflection. Anyone watch the Spurs game today? What do you guys think of that? Actually, I don't want to get into handballs. Let's relax and have some stress-free FPL talk. Mount scoring, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Phone disappeared when he. Yeah, so I might play my wild card this week, but in all honesty, my biggest worry right now in my squad is Timo Werner. He is definitely. Timo Werner's got to go. Until at least Pulisic and Ziyech return and Chilwell show up, and then he can show me something different. He's on the way out, but I'm not going to drop him this week because I can't take another -4. I promised I promised everybody I want to take a -4. Let's see. Taylor. Burnley's defense does not look the same as it was last year, but Taylor had a crack of a goal or of a shot. I thought that was well struck. I think my roommate. Can you get me my phone charger? Thank you. My roommate just walked in. Kane or Vardy? Let's pull him up. Vardy might be hurt. That's something to watch. He did have a groin injury today, so he might miss out. But it's something to keep an eye out as the week progresses. But he only had like 15 touches, 20 touches the whole game week, the least out of anybody, and he got a hat trick. And he's on pens, he's on pens. The team is on great form. They're undefeated right now. They have great fixtures coming up. They have great fixtures coming up. Jamie Vardy could be a great play if he's healthy. But Kane, in my opinion, Kane looks good. He's not just doing it scoring-wise. He is doing it in every way possible. FPL Penguin's here, by the way. Everyone wants some new content, YouTube content. Check out FPL Penguin. Does great videos every week. Shout out FPL Penguin one time. Check out his channel. Yeah, Harry Kane looks good. I mean, he's not just 8 shots. He had 8 shots today. 8 shots. Yeah, Harry Kane, 5 on target. He's getting crosses in consistently. It'd be interesting to see what happens when Gareth Bale shows up too. But in my opinion, I'd probably go Harry Kane over Jamie Vardy. But that's my opinion. My opinion on Raul Jimenez. Is that? Yeah, thank you. Sorry, one sec. Appreciate it. And my opinion on Raul Jimenez is, you know exactly what you're going to get from him. He's going to be clinical in front of goal. He's going to score maybe not all the time, but he's going to get you 16 goals a season. He's almost a season keeper. He has great fixtures coming up in front of him. I could easily see him scoring 4 goals over the next little while. So I like Raul Jimenez a lot. If we look at my squad, that's who I picked up. I picked up Raul Jimenez for Martial, who, if you missed it on the stream, I had both me and Martial have the same amount of shots on target and attempted assists on the season so far, 0. Number of times Rihanna has tweeted back at me, 0. Number of times Emma Watson's tweeted back at me, 0. Yeah. I love Raul Jimenez. I think he's phenomenal. The problem with him right now is, actually I don't know if there's a problem. He scored against City, he scored against Sheffield. He had a bad day today, but he's got Fulham up next. I mean, that itself is enticing. Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Those are his next 4 matches. After that, you can consider dropping him for Leicester, Southampton, Arsenal, Liverpool. But for now, I think Raul Jimenez is my player I drafted in this week. I like Vardy, especially after today. Yeah, Vardy looks good. I mean, you know what you're going to get from Vardy. He's going to be one guy who, for 85 minutes, he's going to be almost nowhere to be seen, and then he'll bag a hat trick. He is probably one of the most interesting players, and I lost where my comments are at. Sorry. I'm going to have to go back in and go back out. I got comments on my phone, and yeah, Jamie Vardy, you know what you're going to get every week from him. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, if Werner scores a hat trick this week, I can't tell you how happy that would make me. I'm holding on to him, keeping the faith, and I'm not going to take a -4 as I just squeak. I squeak all the time in my videos as well. Let's see how many transfers out he has already. He's already been transferred out by 270,000 people. That's more than Son, who's hurt. If he bags a hat trick the same way Son did when everyone dropped him, the same way Bruno Fernandes did this week when everyone dropped him, I'd be pumped. You will not hear the end of it from me because I've had a bad season. I'm planning to have Ings, DCL. Oh, that looks good. I'm planning to have Ings, DCL, Jim up front in my team next week for -4. Save the transfer too. I'm impressed. Love Ings, love DCL, love Jim. Oh, you know what's funny is I've only been playing FPL for 2 seasons now, but both times at the beginning of the season, nobody mentioned having a front line of 3, having 3 forwards. But every start to the season, there's always 3 forwards you want. Right now, DCL, Jimmy, and Danny Ings is a phenomenal front 3. Oh, yeah, this game week has been terrible for a lot. Was it? I think the game week average right now is like 22. I don't know. I'm not too sure on that, but whatever it is, I am struggling. DCL, Jimmy. Oh, I'm jealous. FPL Penguin once again. Check out his stuff. Captain Jimenez. The funny thing is there are a lot of people who got 2 points. I mean, the only chance someone has of having a captaincy haul that's a bigger name, other than resetting it again, other than like a Jamie Vardy, Harry Kane maybe, and Salah. So 2 points from a captaincy this week isn't the worst thing in the world, although it does suck. Because if you would have picked somebody that, like if I would pick Kyle Walker-Peters, which I would have never in the world ever have done, 6 points is huge this week. Let's see. Tempted to keep Werner because I know as soon as I take him out, yeah, I'm the same. Vardy reminds me of Bruno with the poor underlying stats, very high points potential. Yeah, Vardy is out for the Golden Boot this season, and as long as penalties consistently keep being called the way they are with that handball rule and everything, I can't see why anyone wouldn't want Jamie Vardy. I mean, obviously the price tag does hurt a little bit, but as long as he's healthy going into next week, I can't see why Vardy isn't a great option. But again, make sure that he's healthy going into the week. I already used my wild card and want to use my free hit. Should I? I would my opinion, I'd probably recommend not taking the free hit at this moment. There's so much uncertainty around squads right now. I think the best thing to do is to hold on to that for later in the season. But if that's what you feel you need to do, then that's what you got to do. But as far as me personally, I would keep that free hit for a little while, especially come Christmas time when a lot of people are not going to be playing. End of the season when people aren't playing. Even with all this COVID going around, there might be a lot of your squad that isn't going to be playing. So I'd probably hold on to that free hit for a little while. But that's just me personally. I don't know. What do you guys think? Help out Sturdy Ghost. Let them know your guys' thoughts. DCL, Ings, Jimmy. Man, I am so jealous of that combo. DCL, Ings, and Jimenez. All of them have great fixtures. Let's see what their fixtures are. Everton has Brighton. Brighton's a little tougher than people give him credit for, but I still see DCL. I could see DCL scoring in that. Southampton, West Brom, and Wolves, Fulham. Yeah, that front 3 could easily get 30 points between the 3. Big fan of that front line. If I was wildcarding, that would most likely be my front 3. And I would have a front 3. I play a 4-3-3. You will say you won't take a -4 the next week. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm super addicted to -4s. I almost already took one to get Werner out last night. But I know I'm addicted to -4s. It's like, yeah, there's a Rihanna joke in there somewhere. But -4s, I can't stop. There's something about them that just gives me so much adrenaline. But, I mean, look at the first 3 game weeks I've had. I brought in Martial for a -4. The next 2 game weeks, he got 4 points combined. So technically that canceled out. And then I took out Son for -4. Then he got 25 points. And this week I took out Aubameyang for KDB. And if Aubameyang gets 2 points, it didn't pay off. So I'm telling myself not to take the -4 this week. Stick with the squad and kind of run it out. I promise Wilbur John I'm going to do it. if my team selection video releases on Wednesday, probably maybe Thursday, and I took a -4, I wouldn't be surprised. But man, Alex Morgan stopped me from taking a -4. Jimmy got 0 sadly. What? 0? He didn't get 2 points. He got 0. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. I was setting up the stream. I didn't even notice. Oh, no. An own goal. Dude can't stop scoring. Jimenez can't stop scoring. An own goal. That is so rough. And you captained him? Oh, I thought that was a... Well, welcome to the stream. We're here to cheer up from a hard game week 3. And relax and recover, because that definitely is not fun to do. But, hey... We get through this and we move on to game week 4. 0. Oh, my captain for next week. My captain for next week is probably going to be KDB. Ooh. I'm going to battle. I'm going to be battling between KDB and Salah all week. If Salah looks good tomorrow for the 3rd week in a row, I'm going to probably captain him. I think he's super reliable, but I think I saw a stat on KDB that when City lost last season, De Bruyne came up like double digit hauls in like 8 of the 9 games. I don't know if that's the exact stat, but it was something along those lines that made me say, dude, captain KDB. So right now it's on KDB. I could easily switch it to Salah, but I think there's a lot of good captaincy picks this week moving forward. Son being injured hurts. What does free hit do exactly? So a free hit. Eric Castillo helped you out. Free hit lets you pick a completely different team for 1 game week. And then the next week it'll convert over. So you can't make any transfers and then take a free hit and then expect that transfer to be there next week, if I'm not mistaken. But a free hit is just simply saying, this is the squad I want for this week and this week only. And the next week it will go back to what your game week 3 squad was. So that's something that is... I love that chip and it's something great for the future, but I wouldn't use it right now, in my opinion. Let's see. The free hit would be great for an upcoming... Yeah, double game week especially. You have United and City coming up on a double game week. I don't know exactly at what point, but that would be a for sure week to either triple captain, use your free hit, no-brainer later in the future. Please suggest if I should transfer Son. Yes, he's hurt. I think that he is out for... From what Eric Castillo in the comments was saying, Son is out for foreseeable future. He had a hamstring problem today. Jose said he's out for a while. Hamstring injuries are not fun. It's not something you push. It's not something that you can recover. It's not something that you want to say, my hamstring hurts today, but I can go on Saturday. Definitely have to be patient with it, because if you go, the hamstring's gone and you're out for a long time. So I would say transfer out Son. Right now, I don't see him playing on this weekend, from what I'm hearing. Who to transfer Son out for? Ooh, let's go through the midfielders real quick. I'm assuming you only have one free transfer to make. Let's go to price range. At that price range, Mahrez is a rotation risk, obviously, but I love Mahrez. He's got Leeds up next if you want to go and roll the dice on Mahrez. If Pulisic returns this weekend, I would say easy switch from Son to Pulisic, in my opinion. But that would be my suggestion. If again Pulisic is coming back on Saturday and he will be starting, he's an easy switch in for Son. You can obviously always go down and maybe bring in... I know I said this a lot, but I like Harvey Barnes. If you want to save some money and drop down to Harvey Barnes, he's averaging 4 shots a game right now. He's getting decent looks in the box. He looked very lethal on counterattacks. He had 2 passes that led to Vardy penalties. I think Harvey Barnes is a great option if you're looking to downgrade some funds and move it on somewhere else. If you want to bring in like Harry Kane or something. But in my opinion, right now off the top of my brain, two Son replacements. Pulisic if he's healthy on Saturday. Harvey Barnes. If you don't have James, maybe James. And if you want to take a punt, Riyad Mahrez. Let's see. I keep looking out on my phone. Sorry, I'll put my phone back up here. My phone is where I'm reading the text. Let's see. I got something to play. Wildcard, you get it. Yeah, thank you. Eric Castillo shouting out the squad right now. Should I take a -4 for Abba to Sterling? I don't know. Honestly. Aubameyang next week has Sheffield United, and Sheffield don't look like the same Sheffield we thought, but then he's got City and Leicester and United after that. Tough run of fixtures. You know, if you've watched my show, you know that I love taking -4s as much as they hurt me. It's a very toxic relationship I have with -4s. But Sterling didn't look that good today. I'm also nervous to bring in Sterling if they have no Gabriel Jesus or Aguero. And I know I said in my last stream that Sterling is different when he plays with Aguero than Jesus, but it looks like he's almost not the same without a legit striker up top. So I would probably hold out and see what happens tomorrow before I make any replacements on Sterling. But also, I'm probably going to be live streaming again on Friday, so I'll have more information on Aubameyang and Sterling for you then if you want to check that out. It'll be like, I think I'm going to go for 6 o'clock London time, 7 o'clock London time. So, can I ask questions? Absolutely, Lucas. Ask any question you want. You can ask any question, whether it's FPL related or Rihanna related. I'm using triple captain free hit on double game week. Yeah, triple captain free hit on double game week is exactly what I. No question. Except for if you're in a mini league like I am with all my friends and you want bragging rights. I personally save mine to the end of the season, just because I like bragging rights. As a Spurs fan now, I hope VAR's. Oh, I would be gutted if I was a Spurs fan, which I technically am with Alex Morgan being a Spurs. Actually, yeah, now that I'm talking about it, I'm definitely getting an Alex Morgan Tottenham jersey for next match. Although the USA one would probably be better, but yeah, that was gutting. I mean, this handball rule is, I don't want to get into it too much on the stream because I want to be positive on the stream and kind of have everyone recover from this rough game week 3 that it was. But a very hard way for your game week to end, especially because you're chasing that top 4 of the season, top 6. Very gutting. And not to mention, I think they had, if I heard right, they had one shot on target the whole game, and that was a penalty. I mean, Son hit post twice. Kane hit post, I believe. I mean, it was just a rough game for Spurs. Last time Kane had a hamstring injury, he was out for months. Yeah, it's depending on the hamstring severity. I don't like, for someone who, in my experience, if a hamstring's bad enough to be taken out of a game, I don't see him playing on Saturday. If it's a little bit, even a little bit, I don't see him happening. Because if you tear your hamstring, or if you damage it worse, you're out for months. So I don't see them pushing Son and getting him back into the field as soon as possible on Saturday. So Son, I would transfer him out as soon as I find a replacement for him. If I'm worried about price ranges, I'm getting him out this week. But of course, wait to see what doctors say and wait to see what coach says later on. But even Jose today said he doesn't see him coming back. Love your channel. Hey, thank you, Wilbur. Thank you for saying I'm a funny guy, man. Let's talk FPL. I don't know if you do that, but I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, if you're here for streaming, I don't want to consider myself a genius at FPL. I'm definitely not. But I'm here just to make a few Rihanna jokes, make a few Emma Watson jokes, and have a good time with FPL and just honestly just have fun. Especially after a hard game week 3, because it was definitely taxing for a lot of people. I know it can be very hard seeing your players blank. But this channel is here just strictly to have fun and to have a good laugh. So I really appreciate that, Wilbur. That means a lot. Pulisic, Zaha. Yeah, I think you meant Zaha on that. Zaha looks good. I almost picked him up last week if it wasn't for the price rise. I couldn't afford him. But Zaha is off to a hot start. Let's see. I'm gonna see how many shots he had today. Go to his squad real quick. Crystal Palace. Zaha at 7.1. The thing with Zaha is he's very technical on the ball and he's super dangerous. And I think this season he's out to say, hey, I know y'all forgot about me and my desire to go to a bigger club. And it's almost like his revenge tour. Revenge of the Zaha. 2 shots today, not the best, but Everton is a good squad. He's got his next fixtures coming up. Chelsea, Normally, a top 6 squad scares me, but I mean, you saw how they played defensively, so I'm not too worried. Then he's got Brighton, who are a little tougher defensively. Fulham, Wolves, Leeds. So if you want to take a punt on Zaha, in fact, if you go to his I think to game week 19, look at this, straight money trees. We got a red as far as FDR. It's according to FPL. He only has 2 hard matches up to game week 17. If you're looking to take a punt on a 7.1, if you're looking to bring in Zaha, I'm not against that. His ICT index backs him up. I think he looks great this season. And again, if I had more money, I would have brought him in instead of Harvey Barnes, but I'm happy with Harvey Barnes. Barnes or Potence was the players I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Potence. He might be hurt. He didn't play today, obviously. Did he come in at all? I was setting up the stream, so I didn't watch the last half of the game. But I'm a big Barnes fan. If you haven't been hearing at the beginning of the podcast, I kind of went on a little tangent off of him. I think he looks great. I don't know why I have that there on my back screen. I think Harvey Barnes looks really good. I think his ICT index backs it up. If you're into that, he's averaging 3, 16, 18, 18 divided by 3. He's averaging 9 points per game right now. Incredible form. He's getting off about 4 shots per game. He looks deadly on the counter. He's always leaking. He has Vardy to look for, so he has opportunities for assists as well. He had 10 shots for the first 2 games. All 10 of them are in the box. He is just... even if you look at last season, he scored 133 points in 2,000 minutes. If you were just to average that out to a normal 2,800 minutes, he would average. I think he would have gotten 180 points, and he's only 7 mil. So again, 4% selection. Harvey Barnes is the one I would like to go to. But yeah, sorry. Eric Castillo also said that Zaha is on penalties, and penalties are huge right now in FPL. So that's even a bigger plus because I think IU missed the penalty first, and then Zaha stepped up, and I think they're his now. So Zaha is a great option, especially because he's on pens. I'm not against bringing in Zaha. Yeah, he might. Yeah, Pulisic could be monitored with his minutes. He might not get as many minutes as we like right off the bat. So it is something to be careful of. I might wait a week to bring him in. Once he starts playing, I'll wait the next week to bring him in. But as an American, dude, he's in my squad. As soon as he's in. My mini league code is in the description in this video, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I put it in. If not, comment on my last video and I'll find your page and I'll send you the link. I'm pretty sure I put it in the description though. The Donatellos. I've just started playing FPL and I'm doing my first team for game week 4. I'm trying to decide who to put in. Ooh, Lucas, welcome. Yeah, welcome to the newbie FPL squads. I'm currently in my sophomore season myself. Right now, if you're starting in game week 4, I don't want to. Hold on, what's that? Gotta plug in my computer. There are a lot of good players to go for right now. I think the first player I'd probably put in right now is DCL. He looks phenomenal. He's great form, great run of fixtures. But that's just my pick. I think there's a lot of good info out there for you too to start your squad. There's so many good picks. Outside of this game week, there are a lot of good picks out there. So, I guess I don't want to do a wildcard thing right now and kind of show who I'd pick, but DCL I'd look at. Jimenez, Danny Ings I would look at. Danny Ings, sorry Lucas, I like Danny Ings a lot. He's clinical in front of goal. He's going to be their, he's their talisman. He's going to probably get 18 goals again this season. If he scores, he's on bonus points. Did he get bonus points today? He got 3 bonus points today. Ings is great. Big fan of Danny Ings. Just about, yeah. Opponents missed the squad lineup today. Maybe something personal. Yeah. I hope he's back too. I think he's phenomenal. He has a 0.6 expected goal per 90 if you're into expected goals. Opponents is a great player. And I think that he adds a dimension to Wolverhampton that they need. Which team do I support? Ooh. You know what's funny is I've been watching the Premier League for a long time, but I've never had a squad. I'm still kind of waiting to... I don't know how to find a squad. I live in California. I did live in London for a little bit. But I never really went to any games out there. so it's hard for me to pick a squad. So I don't want to pick any like northerner teams. Shout out Jon Snow, King of the North. But I don't know. I like Biddeford FC. Shout out Biddeford FC, my non-league team. But I don't have a squad. I honestly really want one. It's time for me to commit. I'm ready for that relationship. I'm ready to commit to a squad. I just don't know what to pick. I don't know who to pick. I'm kind of waiting till I can go back to England when COVID's done and go to a game and kind of see how I go from there. But yeah, I wish if you guys can help me figure out how to pick a squad, I'd be in. I'd be all in. Right now I'm thinking maybe Tottenham because Clint Dempsey played there when I was younger. And right now, more than anything, Alex Morgan is a Tottenham Hotspur. And if you've watched my videos and even watched the stream, you've known that Alex Morgan is my second favorite player in the world. So, yeah, I don't have a squad. I really want one, though. Which team you support? Yeah, so I'm hoping. Not against me. 63rd in my league. You're right above me, then I'm doing poorly right now. I got some serious issues to fix on my squad. What do I think is better option, Zaha or Barnes? Zaha's on penalties, so I'm going to... Zaha's on penalties, so I'd probably give the nod to him, considering all the penalties that are going around. They're like, Oprah, you get a pen, you get a pen, you get a pen. But I'm on the Harvey Barnes train. As far as open field play goes, Harvey Barnes is it. I think Leicester look great moving forward. I think Leicester look really good so far to start the season. They're 3-0. They scored, I'm going to see how, they scored 4 goals last week. They scored 3 goals, 4, 3, and 5. So they're averaging 4 goals a game. Reset my camera. They're averaging 4 goals a game. And Harvey Barnes is going to be probably their second leading scorer in the season, if I had to guess. I don't know if there are any Leicester fans out there, let me know. But right now I'm probably saying Harvey Barnes is going to be the second leading scorer for Leicester this season. I'm on the Harvey Barnes train. And that could easily end in the next few matches. But they have a decent run of fixtures coming up. They got West Ham, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Leeds. So it's not like he has poor fixtures either. But Zaha has a longer run of green. But I'm probably going to say, I don't know, that's tough. Come back to my stream on Friday and I'll have more information on Zaha versus Barnes. I'll have more information on Zaha versus Barnes, Kane versus Vardy, and what was the other one? Aubameyang versus Sterling. Yeah, wait for Pulisic to play and then kind of see how he goes from there. But once he plays and gets consistent minutes, he's proven he is phenomenal on the ball. He is, yeah, big fan of Pulisic. Second favorite American behind Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan. I've talked about Alex Morgan too much. I don't know how to leave a mini league, to be honest. Could someone help out Matt have 07 how to leave a mini league? I'm not too sure on that. Someone else could help out. Man United is a good squad. The only problem is I've only been to Manchester for like 2 days, and I lived in London for like a year or so. So it's hard for me to pick a Northerner squad instead of a London squad. But I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. United supporters are all in on bringing me in. I mean, I love Wayne Rooney. I know that might lose me some viewers right now, but Wayne Rooney was one of my favorite players when I was like 16 years old. I thought he was great. So I could go United, but I don't know who to go for. Honestly, I'm struggling with picking a squad, and I want one bad. Looking at some cheap 4.5 to 5 million players to put in my midfield and defense that could pick up some points. As far as defenders, there's a lot of good defenders at that price range. Let's see. My computer's being loud. Hopefully, it's not affecting my mic too much. I mean, Justin, but Ricardo Pereira's coming back soon, so let's not go to points. Let's go to price. Let's go. Maybe I should go back to points. Yeah, I'll go back. I'll go back to points. I think Reece James is one you definitely want to look at. He's 5'1", I believe now. Reece James is somebody I would definitely look at. It looks like he's gotten the favor at Chelsea, even with Azpilicueta there. Now, he's not going to be getting any clean sheets. He's probably going to be giving up 2 goals a game, so he will be getting some minus points there. But as far as attacking goes, I mean, look at that. His creativity is number 1, influence 1, ICT index 1. He's almost like a Trent Alexander-Arnold to where he's on corners. He's consistently whipping in crosses. And once the squad gets healthy, he could be a great buy at 5'1". Seiss is great at 5'1". I don't know if there are many midfielders or forwards that are playing at that price. Bamford's like 5'6" now, 5'7", and even he might lose his job to Rodrigo, even though he is scoring every game week right now. But if you're looking at defenders, Reece James and Seiss at that price. You can even go cheaper. I like Tariq Lamptey a lot. I think he's Brighton's best player, and I don't think it's close. You got the Leeds boys. There's some good options out there. But again, if you're looking at £5 million range, I'd start with Reece James and Seiss right now. I think they're the front runners. Come and join Chelsea. Hold on, actually I'm a little too ahead of myself. DCL, I'm nervous bringing in DCL. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just biased from last season. I think that's why I'm nervous to bring him in. But DCL is, I mean, he has a form, he has the fixtures, he has a great price. I can't see why I can't see why bringing in DCL is a bad idea. I mean, again, even if he doesn't score this week or next week, he's still only 7.4 in price. He's clinical in front of goal. He's got Richarlison on one side. He's got Hamas on the other. He's averaging 10, 12. He's averaging 4 shots a game. DCL is looking like a really good option. If I was to wild card, he'd be in it. And you're going to get some money off of it too. He's going to go up in price tomorrow. Big fan of DCL. Or I'm not a big fan of DCL. As far as FPL goes, I'm a big fan of DCL. He's looking to improve. I think he'll get... I think he could get 18 goals this year himself. I wouldn't be surprised. Ings or Jimenez for Werner, or Barnes. Ings or Jimenez for Werner, or Barnes for Zaha for my free transfer. Ooh, I still like Zaha. I don't know if I get him out right away. I still think you can hold on to him. I don't know. That's a tough one. I like Ings and Jimenez a lot too. I think they'll save you $1 million on Werner. They both have great fixtures coming up. They're both on good form. Even though today Jimenez had an own goal, but he can't stop scoring. I'll have more information. Again, I hate saying that, but I want to do some more studying before I give some advice. And so I'll have more information on that on Friday. But I don't know if I would take a -4 to bring out Zaha at this moment. Although I do love Harvey Barnes. It's just hard. Look at me. I'm growing up. I'm saying not to take a -4. FPL Don from last week would easily have said go for it. Yeah, Ings or Jimenez. Yeah, that's tough. I don't. Give me a few days to think on that. I'll get back to you. To leave a league. Oh, there you go. Eric Castillo helped out your problem in helping to leave a league. By the way, it's in the comments. Thank you, Eric Castillo, for helping him out. Come and join Chelsea. You know what's funny is I lived in a city called Streatham. Or a town called Streatham in London, and one of my best friends lived in Brixton. Anyone from Brixton? Shout out Brixton one time. And the other one lived in a place called Battersea Park. And Battersea Park is about a stone's throw away from Chelsea. I mean, they have like 5-a-side pitches that are all Chelsea'd out, blue turf. And so I wanted to pick Chelsea, but and they have Pulisic right now, so I lived there. Pulisic is American and he plays for Chelsea, but part of me just, I don't know. I think it's just the stigma that Americans think that, I don't know. Chelsea could easily be it. I'm definitely thinking about it. That'll be the first game that I go to when COVID ends. Burke, £4.5 million. There you go. Burke is playing at 4.5 mil. For anyone, I forgot who asked that earlier, but I'm not too big on Sheffield United. I haven't looked too much into them. I hate to say it. I've watched their matches, yes, but I'm not the biggest Blades fan. There you go. Played in back-to-back matches, 2 points, 3 points. Not much you can ask for at a 4.5. I mean, unless you're getting Greenwood from last season, the end of the year. So Burke, there you go. He'll play. He'll get some points. It's a good pick. Marcel back on Wolves bench. Should consider switching Vinagre out to Leeds defender James Justin. Oh, is he healthy again? That just threw a wrench in my plans. Well, right now, I don't know if I would bring in James Justin, though, just because Ricardo Pereira is back at training from what I saw. So I might hold off on that. Although FPL-wise, I don't want to double up on Brighton with Tariq Lamptey. I was thinking, my plan next week, and I hate to say it, is to take a -4, and I hate to say it, but to drop Saka, save some cash, and upgrade Vinagre. Now I was hoping Vinagre could hold out for one more week, and I hate wishing injury on someone, but if Marcal, I don't know how to say his name, if he doesn't play this week, I think Vinagre one more week holding out on me, I could switch. But then again, I could just go back to the 3-man back line and drop Vinagre down and upgrade Saka. So there's a lot of decisions to be made this week. Arsenal fan, I love to see Saka in the squad. My reason behind having Saka in my squad is, one, my editor for, I'm starting a podcast with my best friend, my high school teammate, and the editor in that is his younger brother, and he's a huge Arsenal fan. Shout out Dill Pick if you're watching this. And he is a huge Arsenal fan. So he kind of convinced me to bring in Saka. Just because he said Saka would start. I wanted Saka. I like him a lot as a player. I should start with that. It wasn't that he convinced me. I like Saka a lot as a player. I think he's phenomenal. I think Arteta rates him too. He got like the 3rd best player for Arsenal last season voted for. But the problem is I wasn't concerned. I wasn't sure if he was going to start or not. My buddy said he'll get some good playing time. That's why I went with him, because I thought that he would get more playing time. Even if we look at his goal involvement last season at age 17, look at that, 0.31 goals or assists per 90 minutes, and that's considering he played a majority of his, maybe not the majority, but a lot of the season last season as a left back. So imagine if he gets more into his actual roles, maybe attacking mid, right wing. I thought that he would score a lot more points, or that he would get a lot more goals. A few goals, a few assists here and there. 5-5, I thought he was a steal. So that was my reason for going for Saka. As far as if this was FIFA Futures, I think Saka's on it. I think he is going to be a phenomenal, maybe not a phenomenal player, but a really, really good player for Arsenal. And I would love to see him develop into what I hope that he can become. Big fan of Arsenal. Not Arsenal, sorry. Big fan of Saka. I don't want to show my ties to anybody right now. Saka to Burke, you'll have 1.3. Yeah, that is definitely in my thinking, bringing Saka to Burke, or Saka to 4.5, because that would give me 1.3. Let's see if let me do that real quick. Saka out, Burke in, 1.3. That's a lot of money to spend somewhere. 5.7 on a defender. I like my midfield a lot, I'm not going to lie. But even if I was wildcarding and I went like this, went to Calvert-Lewin. Man, my fan is being really loud on my laptop, isn't it? I get that. If I did that, that would give me 3.3 to spend. Oh, I don't even know how I would spend that. 7.8 somewhere. It's not quite enough to bring in Pulisic. Although Ziyech is right there. If Ziyech drops one more time, the Calvert-Lewin's going up, so it's not even plausible. Yeah, I could. That would give me a lot of cash. Bert. That would give me a lot of cash. I could upgrade a lot. But I like my 4-man midfield in Barnes, Rodriguez, De Bruyne, and Salah. The 1.3 to spend. I could stick with my back line and upgrade Taylor to Reece James. That's something I could do. That squad doesn't look bad. I'd have Walker Peters, Trent, and almost said Hamas. Reese's Pieces James as my back 3. I go with a 3-4. Nope. Can't do that. Vinagre would be back. Vinagre would be out for that. How's that look? 4-4-3. That doesn't look too bad. I could do that. Havertz or Mahrez? I'm going Mahrez. I'm not too convinced with Havertz. Let's bring him up. I'm not too convinced with Havertz as far as an FPL stance goes. I want to see him kind of develop more and get more playing time in the Prem. Yeah, it's hard. He just had his first 2 shots of the season. He's still getting acquainted. Still getting acquainted to the Prem. It doesn't look like he's on pens. It's hard. It'd be hard for me to pick him. I still want to see him adjust. He's still young. He still has a lot to grow. But the problem, of course, with Mahrez is he going to play consistently? That pep roulette is rough. But also, they're down. They don't have much depth right now. I mean, Jesus is out. Not Sterling. Jesus is out. Aguero's out. Bernardo Silva's out right now. I don't know if Mahrez. I don't know if he could afford to not have Mahrez play. I think I'd probably go with Mahrez for the time being. I think he is. Actually, if we check on that, Man City, go to Mahrez. He only has like 4% selection right now. Great differential. 2% selection. There you go. 2% selection for Riyad Mahrez, who, if he plays, he'll score 8 points a game. Riyad Mahrez. That'd be my get. That'd be my pick. I like taking chances, but that would be my pick. If Kolasinac goes before the window goes, Saka will be in the squad a lot more as he could play. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about Saka, isn't it? A lot of people are saying he can't. He has to compete with Willian and Pepe for that right wing spot. So I don't know how much he's going to get playing time at that position. But you're right. He could play left back. He could play in the midfield. I think he played some attacking mid. Let's go to his squad from last season, by the way, or his stats from last season for soccer real quick. This could be something I picked a little earlier than I should have, but left wing. So he played left wing, he played right wing, left back, he played attacking mid, he played center mid, he played up top as a forward. This dude is about as versatile as it gets for a 19-year-old. I'm a big fan of Saka, and I hope that pays off in FPL sometime soon. And I know, of course, his schedule is so rough. He's got Liverpool next. Sheffield, I'm fine with that game. I'm not too worried about that. But then he's got City, Leicester, and United. Tough run of fixtures for Arsenal. But come game week 12, if you're at that time, I'll probably, if I haven't wildcarded by then, I'm running out of time because I think it's by game week 16 I have to use it. But at that moment, Saka at 5.2 if he keeps dropping. Getting some consistent minutes, man. Who should I buy in a wild card? Who are you looking at bringing in, Evan? I kind of want to start with seeing what your foundation is. My biggest thing with starting out a wild card is having players that you want to build around, right? So if you're going for Salah and De Bruyne, they got to go in first and work your money around that. But as of right now, I think I don't want to say must-have players, but I would give strong consideration to a front three in DCL, Jimenez, and Ings. They all are playing great. They all are cheaper than the other big name strikers, unless you want to go with Harry Kane. They have a great run of fixtures, and DCL looks incredible right now, and all three of them look good. I think that's probably I don't want to say the first thing I would do, but I would definitely consider those three if I'm starting a wild card. Obviously, you want to go for your Salah, KDB, Aubameyang, check them out. I want to go Aubameyang maybe, but the Salah, the KDB, Bruno if you're looking for someone who will score a lot of penalties. As far as other players, defenders are hard because I think there have been no 0-0 games right now so far in the season. There have been very few shutouts. Actually, let's go count them right now for all the clean sheets there have been. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There might be more. First game we had a lot, but there aren't that many clean sheets going around right now. There are a lot of goals being scored, a lot of penalties going around. I'll definitely try to see if I can narrow down the penalty takers and get them going, or get them in your squad. Midfielders. Cheap midfielders you could look at: Zaha, Harvey Barnes, James Rodriguez, Pulisic if he's healthy, Mahrez. What are some other cheaper midfielders that are playing well? James Maddison looked good today when he came on late. He might be a sneaky play. Just trying to find some cheaper picks for you to move forward. If you're looking at Click's on, I don't know if I said that right, but he's on penalties himself, and he's only at 5.6. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but again, if you're looking for cheaper options, but those are the names that I would I would look at too if I was building my wild card right now. How many points this week? Oh, you ready to see a horrible week? Hamza, you ready to see a horrible week? This is the worst week of my FPL career. I know I'm still youngin'. I'm on my second season, my sophomore slump at its finest. Are you ready to see how many points I got? Boom! 21, and then I got a -4, so I'm at 17 points. My highest point scorer this week is KWP, Kyle Walker-Peters. And that was, man. I mean, can you look at a worse game week? I don't even care if Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold return at this point. I almost kind of want to say this is my worst game week of all time, just so we could laugh at it next week. But look at that, man. I mean, Ryan got 1 point. Vinagre got 0, which is very frustrating. I could have just played soccer versus Liverpool. If soccer gets 1 point, it'd be better. I haven't had an attacking return this week. I don't know what it feels like. Look at that. Hamas, KDB. I think Hamas got man of the match, so I can't complain. I mean, Hamas looked good. KDB looked good. Harvey Barnes looked good. So I can't complain with my midfielders. They just didn't score, so I'm not upset about that. It happens. Werner, yeah, we all know about Werner. He's highly talked about. He's down now to 32% selection. Martial was probably the most frustrating player I've seen in a while. He has, I've said it a few times before, but Martial has the same amount of shots on target as I do tweeting at Vanessa Hudgens. 0. Boom! Or responses from Vanessa Hudgens. 0 shots on target, 0 attempted assists for Martial, who I thought was going to... I think he could still have a great season, but it's frustrating to watch right now. A very hard week for me, man. Ugh. Camera went out again. Yeah. DCL and Menez things. I agree, Evan. DCL, Inks, and Menez is somebody that I would definitely consider going into Wildcard. They look great. They're cheaper options. At that price, scoring that many points, definitely look at them. A bumming would be a risk considering upcoming. Yeah, that's a hard thing. A bumming is... Do I have any? Yeah, I have Saka. Looking at the fixtures for Arsenal. Liverpool, Sheffield. He could score in Sheffield. I could see him scoring in any of these matches. He's a top-tier striker, so I'm not too worried. But if I had to play we're here playing FPL. We're here to play form. We're here to play fixtures. And I'd put my 12 million on Mo Salah versus Mo Salah with this schedule than a bumming with his. Look at that. Boom! Money trees. Hollyberry, hallelujah. His one hard game he has is Man City, but Man City just gave up 5 to Leicester. So if it was me, I don't know if I would spend 12 mil on a bumming when I could spend 12 mil on Mo Salah. So look at that. That's my opinion. I agree with you, Lucas. I'm on 19, but Trent, Martinez, and Micho still to play. So you could come away with you still have nice 4 to play. I mean, I can see Martinez getting a clean sheet tomorrow, so that's 6 points. I could see Trent. We'll see what happens with Trent, but I could see you coming away with a decent score, 30 points. 30 points at this this game week is something that I would be very jealous of. I might get 30 points, but 30 points in this game week, one of the few game weeks in the whole season where I would say, hey, that's not bad. So, not bad. 32 points, took a -4, it's 28. Captain Salah. Oh, I'm so jealous. Just the thought of you being able to get more than 2 points is quite something. It sums up game week 3 as best as it could be. So, captaining Salah, I mean, even if he gets 2 points, you're on par with everyone else in the world. KDB, who captain Werner, who captain... I don't know who else. I think some people captain Bruno and Harry Kane, so we'll see what Salah can do tomorrow versus Arsenal. Mo Salah, phenomenal player. So, man, 28 points. I'm jealous of 28 points. Game week 3. Jealous of... Oh, definitely jealous. Well done. Any other comments? Shout out to everyone who's been watching this whole time, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all have been... man, it's been... I feel like live streams for me are funner than making actual videos. I love interacting with you guys. You guys have been awesome. Transfer plan for game week 4. I already made my transfer. I had to do it early because of price rises. I wanted to save some money. And it was something that I talked about in my last video I was considering doing. If Martial had a bad game or Werner had a bad game, I could drop him down. And it's exactly what I did. I'm on playing with my schedule. The problem is who was I going to drop, Werner or Martial? I went with... Boom! Drop Martial for Raul Jimenez. It saves me 0.5. Martial hasn't taken a shot on target so far this season. It's kind of an easy pick for me. I like Raul Jimenez a lot. And if we look at his fixtures coming up, he's got Fulham at home. I know he scored an own goal this week. Unfortunate as it gets. But Fulham, Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace might be the best team in the world for the first 2 game weeks. But great run of fixtures. I might have gone Danny Ings if I would have had some time to think about it and really wait for this game. But I wanted to save the 0.2 because Martial dropped and Jimenez dropped last night. I went ahead and went with Raul Jimenez. And for the first time, I'm not taking a -4 this week. First time this week, I'm not taking a -4. And yes, I could easily change my mind on on Friday night. But right now, all things considered, I'm sticking with it. And just sit at the beach for a whole week just to make sure I don't take a -4. But I'm strongly considering not taking a -4. But that's my transfer plans this week. Martial out, Jimenez in. I think United assets are something that I don't want to have on my unless I have Bruno Fernandes who's on penalties. I'm not going to worry about any United assets at the moment. Yeah, that's my game week 4 team. I don't know who I'm captaining right now. I'm going to go back and forth between Salah and De Bruyne. I will be live streaming again on Friday, so for all those who are I'll have better answers for captaining De Bruyne versus Salah. I saw a stat today that when City loses, De Bruyne comes up, and the week after he scores like double-digit points, something crazy like that. So I'm probably going to go with KDB at the moment, but Salah versus Arsenal is so tempting. Ugh. But I have a few good captaincy options. I could even go Raul Jimenez versus Fulham. I could go with Kyle Walker-Peters, my highest point scorer of this game week. So a lot of options. Who do you think is winning the league? It'd be hard for me to pick anybody but Liverpool at the moment. City today showed that they're still struggling defensively as a unit. They'll probably score 100 goals this season, but there'll be games where like this where they give up 5 goals. They did the same thing last season when they played like last season versus Norwich when they gave up a decent amount of goals. I think they're a little inconsistent defensively right now. Of course, if Laporte comes back and he's healthy, it changes things. But right now, I don't see City doing much. I don't know if Chelsea kind of have this. Well, we saw what Chelsea did against West Brom, and if we look at the last 3 seasons, the winner had like 100 points, 98 points, and 99 points. So there's not much room to slip up to start the season. Right now, Chelsea have to gel now if they want to do something about it. I don't see Tottenham fighting for Liverpool. Am I missing anybody? United are struggling off the bat. Maybe Everton. No, I'm not Everton. I think Liverpool is the way to go. Of course, it's a long season. A lot can change. But as of right now, I'm probably picking Liverpool. Depends on how well Salah does. I agree. I thought maybe with Laporte healthy that City could challenge, and maybe Liverpool would have their foot off the gas. A little bit of a championship blues, championship hangover, as I've seen in many other sports. But I mean, it's hard to bet against Liverpool. And Salah looked hungry at the start of the season. I know a lot of people are saying he didn't have that fire in the preseason, but it's preseason, and I expect him to get another 20-ish goal season this season, especially with all the penalties flying around. Yeah, City were not good today. City, in fact, I wouldn't even say they were good the week before. They have a second half problem. The first half against Leicester and the first half against Wolverhampton, the first 2 game weeks, I thought they looked really good. And they kind of went in the locker room, came back, and kind of forgot how to play. They weren't moving the ball. If you watch the match today, they had like 70% possession for like the first 40 minutes of the game today. Leicester couldn't do anything. They had a few moments on the counter with Harvey Barnes going forward. But other than that, there wasn't really much moving to start the game. Second half came and they just folded over. So City have a few things they have to work out for me. Would think that they're going to win league. Is it best to use fullbacks or for defenders? Rather, yeah, big fan of using fullbacks. I I like especially right now considering there are not many clean sheets going around. Get someone who can get an attacking return. And fullbacks are the best options for you to get attacking returns. The way the Premier League is played, they like to throw those fullbacks up as high as possible and whipping crosses. I like having fullbacks more than center halves. Of course, you could have like Van Dijk who scores corners time to time. So there are like even Ake today scored a goal. I don't think Ake is the worst shout. There are center halves, center backs that you could have on your squad that I would say they're good picks. But for the most part, my philosophy is I like to pick fullbacks. They get attacking returns. They could get clean sheets here and there, but they're the way to go in my opinion. Would have an awful game week if I hadn't kept. Oh, Bruno Fernandes. You know Bruno with the ultimate. He scored 12 points this week, and when the final whistle blew, he was at what 5? 3 bonus points, a goal and an assist. Had a yellow card too, so I don't really. That was I don't get bonus point system, but he did score goal and assist, so I can't say too much. Bruno Fernandes, even when he doesn't look good as far as open field play goes, he still gets 12 points. Shout out to you for holding on to Bruno through this hard time and getting a huge score. Also, shout out, if you watch another one of my videos, FPL Ibra Kadabra, another FPL YouTuber out there if you want to check out his content. He captained Bruno this week. I am incredibly jealous. Shout out to him for making a brave call. Score prediction on Arsenal Liverpool tomorrow. Ooh, I think Aubameyang tucks one home. I'm not just saying that because I think Aubameyang will score. I'll say this. So far, my game week history has been whoever I transfer out for a -4 bags a goal or two. Danny Ings did it to me. Heung-min Son did it to me. And right now, Aubameyang has a chance to do the same thing. So, I just surely off of just my FPL luck right now, I'm going to say Aubameyang scores. But, and I'll go ahead and wrap this up in a little bit. I've been doing this for a while. This will be my last little bit. If you have some questions on anything, you can even ask me on hip hop. I'll wrap this up here in a bit after this. My score prediction will probably be through. It's hard to pick. This game week has been wild. I'll say 3-1 Liverpool. I think Aubameyang gets on the board. They might even start. It might even be like 1-0 Arsenal at the start. But with Thiago added to that Liverpool squad, it's really hard to bet. I mean, there's still a lot of great firepower around him, but Thiago added a new dimension to that Liverpool squad that is just beautiful. I would like to see Thiago and Henderson play together. That's going to be a beautiful thing to watch. I think Salah go ahead. I think Salah scores, and I think there'll be like a. You can even see like a Firmino or Wijnaldum goal. I don't know. 3-1. 3-1 Liverpool. Hey, welcome, Mr. Tripwire YT. Caught me on live. Oh, I'm just wrapping up too. Dang. Just missed it. But I will be live streaming again on Friday, so you can come and check me out on Friday. I don't know exactly what time I'm going to pick. It'll probably be about like 6 o'clock London time, just because that's probably best for everybody. But I want to live stream again on Friday to talk about transfer plans, captaincy picks, and what we expect going into the game week. And honestly, just because I love doing this stuff. So come catch me again, Mr. Tripwire YT. 400. 808s and heartbreaks or college dropout. Ooh. Actually, hold on. Let me go to the first one. Have Messi's left foot or Ronaldo's skills? Would Ronaldo's skills include his nose for a goal as far as like being in the box and finishing everything and being in the right spot always at the right time? Oh, man. That's a hard question. As a Messi fan, it's going to be hard for me to pick Ronaldo, surely, off of being Messi, mi idolo, mi amor. I'm probably going to say Messi's left foot. That is just... does Messi's left foot include his dribbling skills as well? Are we counting that as well? I don't know who I would pick, but yeah, Ronaldo's skills is just if I'm having a bad day, and I can say this honestly as a Barcelona fan, I don't hate Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo. If I'm having a bad day, I look up Ronaldo's his United skills. Sucio, just dirty. Big fan of Ronaldo. I love his stuff. So I'd probably pick Messi just because Messi's my favorite player of all time. But either way, I would take Lukaku's first touch if I could. Honestly, I would love to. I would have loved to play professionally. I'll say that. Thank you, Mr. Trip YT. I thought there were some good jokes in the last video. I'm not gonna lie. 808s or heartbreaks or college dropout. I'm gonna go with college dropout. I think. Let's pull up any hip hop fans on here. Let's go into some. Did you see my my picture, by the way? I'm kind of thinking of changing that to my avatar. That the -8s and heartbreaks. Is that a better name than FPL Don? Should I go to the -8s and heartbreaks? I kind of like that name a lot, man. College dropout is certified legendary stats for me. Hall of Fame. Let's see what any hip hop fans on here. I'm going to go through a little bit of hip hop real quick for that question. All Falls Down. Look at that. All Falls Down. Legendary, man. Spaceship. Working this grave ship. Spaceship is great. Jesus Walks obviously is probably one of his most notorious songs, his biggest songs. I'm sorry if I'm going too much into hip hop here for you FPL guys, but I'm the hip hop ambassador to FPL, if you will. Never Let Me Down. Never Let Me Down is probably one of the greatest hip hop songs I've ever heard in my life. Maybe not top 5, but in that top 100 realm. And that spoken word in the middle of that poem that is it Jay Ivy? Whoever did that spoken word poem in the middle. If you were on the cliff with the highest place, I would never let you down. I think that was the best part of the song. I think Jay-Z did his thing, of course, but just that poetry in there was beautiful. Get 'em high, Common goes hard. Breathe in, breathe out, dude. There's too many bangers. 2 words. Shout out Mos Def, one of the most underrated rappers of all time. Through the Wire. I'd have to go College Dropout. I have to go College Dropout. If there are any 808s and Heartbreaks fan, I don't want to apologize because I think that's a good album too. But man, see you Friday, Lucas. I appreciate you, man. It was awesome. Thanks for being here. Let's see what else question we got. Are there any hip hop fans on here? Let me know what you guys' favorite albums of all time or favorite rappers of all time. Not saying who the best rappers of all time, but who are your favorite rappers of all time. Thanks for. I'm definitely growing a lot in my belly through quarantine. I'll tell you that much. I'm gaining some weight. These Krispy Kremes and double stuffed Oreos are haunting me. I appreciate this compliment, man. That means a lot to me. Seriously, thank you so much, Mr. Trip Wire YT 400. Yeah, I think 3 years reading your comment, loving my realness. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't. If I'm anything in this world, I just like to be real. I like to keep it 100. My favorite emoji, by the way. Again, if you're looking on this FPL, if you're on this FPL channel thinking, hey, here's a genius, I'm going to get some great insight out of them. I know football better than I know FPL. I'm still trying to figure out this FPL thing, but I love it to death. I love this community. I love making content. I love reaching out to you guys, and over everything, I just want you guys to laugh, smile, and have a great time. Especially when you have weeks like Game Week 3 when it's a tough one to watch. Or a tough one to it hurts a little bit. It could take a psychological toll. So come on my stream, have a good time, and let's just enjoy life, man. Life is beautiful. Yeah, -8s and Heartbreaks. I love that name. I want that. That might be my podcast that I make with my best friend. No disrespect to 808s and Heartbreaks. It's a good album too. Saw a thumbnail. That's a question. Yeah, that's a worry. If I do -8s and Heartbreaks, that title, I don't know how many hip hop heads there are, especially in England. When I was in England, it was more of. It's not house music. What's it called? Is it house music out there? That was big when I was there. Shout out Jesse J one time too. Best voice in the world at the moment. Rap on an intro. I actually do have a rap name. It's just a joke. Kind of like a Lil Dicky kind of thing. They call me Whitey Tidy. So. I don't know if I could rap. That might turn some viewers off, but I kind of want to get some instrumentals as far as like rap music on my intro. But I'm still trying to work out my intro. I don't know the graphics. My boy Dill Pick's gonna help me out on that. But I would love to have some. I would love to infuse some hip hop into my intro. That would be awesome. Rap on my intro. My rapping on my intro this week would be rough. It'd be. I was trying to think of some bars I could put down right now, but. It'd be miserable. I don't want to put myself on the spot like that. But yeah, I don't know if I want to freestyle on my stream right now, but I watched any Indian hip hop. I have not watched any Indian hip hop. If you have an Indian hip hop artist, please link it below. I'll check him out or her out tonight. I haven't heard too much Indian hip hop, but shoot a link, shoot some artists. I'll check them out. I'll give my reviews back on Friday. What do I think of Logic's Farewell album? You know, honestly, I hate to say this, but I haven't listened to it just yet. That might hurt my stance on hip hop, but I'm being a hip hop ambassador to FPL. But I haven't heard it just yet. I've heard some songs, of course, that I've looked up, but I haven't heard the full album in its entirety yet. But I think Logic is it's funny because I think he is another underrated rapper. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does, especially his first Under Pressure. Is that his first album or his second album? I like that one a lot. But it's funny because he's the most underrated rapper, but those that are fans of Logic hold him to like the highest extent. So it's almost like he might be a bit overrated and underrated at the same time. But I'm a fan of Logic, so I don't want to say he's overrated, but because he's not. I think he's really good. I haven't heard his Farewell album tour. I just haven't gotten around to it. Let's see. Yeah, Logic is really good lyrically. I think he's good. I think I feel he's a little all over the place with Joiner style. I want more of ISIS with Joiner style Logic. I want less. I want to die. Yeah, you know what's funny about Logic too is, was it last 2 albums ago that he had so many players on his album? He had Black Thought on his album. Black Thought went hard. He had Wu-Tang on his album. This dude gets features for days, which I love. Yeah, I'm a fan of Logic. I like his stuff. He gets too caught up in the lyrics and sometimes neglects the flow. That's true, especially later on his last, not this last album, but I think Black Thought described Logic perfectly. Oh, camera went off one more time. I think Black Thought in an interview described Logic perfectly. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I remember being like, that's it. Where he likes Logic, he respects his music. Yeah, I like Logic. KRSNA. I'm going to hip hop in English also. KRSNA. I'm screenshotting that. Actually, I'll just go back and look at it later. Don -1. Don -1. I like that, man. But I don't like being negative. I like being positive, man. I'm a proton. They also call, yeah. I need a new rap. Sturdy Ghost, I'm back. What's up, Sturdy Ghost? Yeah, those are. I'll look up his album tonight. Maybe not tonight because I got some stuff I got to do, but later in the week I'll listen to Logic's album. I still have a lot of albums I got to listen to, man. I've recently gone back and I've been listening to a lot of Mos Def and some Ghostface Killah this week. So I've been kind of going old school lately, even down to some clips of some old school Pusha T. So I was kind of just been backtracking. I haven't been gotten into newer music lately. So KRSNA has cloned Alphabet Rap. Oh, with Hindi Vyajan. Oh, shout out. Also, can I say that in the ranking, since we're kind of going off FPL at the moment, we're kind of going off on a tangent. Can I say as far as curries in the world go, Indian curry is the best curry. I don't know if you guys want to fight me over that, but I love Indian curry. Oh, phenomenal, man. I'll look up KRSNA tonight too, for sure. Alphabet Rap, I'll look that up. Let's see. I am on Instagram. If you want to check out my Instagram, man, it's should I throw my Instagram out on a stream? Is that crazy to do? I feel like I'm kind of, yeah, I could do that. My Instagram, debating if I want to throw it out right now. Yeah, who cares? Sean the Don 34. There it is. That is my Instagram handle. I'm not on it that much. I haven't been on Instagram in a while. I'll still go on every now and then to see what Vanessa Hudgens is up to. But yeah, man, if you want to check me out, check it out. Took a -4 to do Sun to Zaha and Abba to KDB. Thoughts? Well, yeah, the only negative are the 4s. Yeah, I like that, man. The only negative thing about this channel are the 4s and the 8s, and sometimes the 12s. Thai Curry is definitely phenomenal. I think Thai curry is number 2 for me. It's Indian curry, then Thai curry. I got a local Thai spot by my place, a little small business Thai place. I love it. Shout out to shout out the Thai place. You'll never watch this video, but shout out y'all. Thai curry is best curry. I had a stinker, yeah. I had a horrible match. I had a horrible week so far. I'm hoping Salah and TAA can save me. I'm at 17 points. Horrible. I like Son to Zaha. I think Zaha's a good pick. And Aubameyang to KDB. I mean, as of right now, I like it. I think you needed to get, obviously you had to get rid of Son, so that had to be done. Great rhyme, I know, got bars. Aubameyang to KDB. That could be, who does, that might have been a little early considering I think they have Sheffield next week, but KDB, dude's phenomenal. He's got Leeds? Yeah, I like that pick. Good pick. Are you going to captain KDB this week as well? Old School Flows, Harry Fraud. I'll get the name. Raekwon. Shout out Raekwon. Yeah, Currency has been... Yeah, a big fan of Currency. He's been around. Yeah, Currency is... Oh, that's about to be a bad joke. Yeah, Currency drops more albums than... Drops more mixtapes than... I'm trying to think of a clean joke to say here. Yeah, I like Currency a lot. Harry Fraud, I'll check him out tonight. I'll check out Harry Fraud. I like old school rap. I mean, obviously production and music has gone a long way since the 90s, the 80s. But the 90s and 80s, it was all just poetry, man. Rakim, Raekwon, Ghostface, Method Man, A$AP Rock. I don't know exactly when he started, but he was nice. So, I mean, you had a lot of guys that were just straight bars. But I'm not saying I missed that, but yeah, Brockhampton, Collaborate, Chance, and Drake is the stuff I've been listening to. Which Chance you been listening to? The Best Day? Or Best Day? Is that what it's called? Best Day, or you've been listening to like Acid Rap, 10 Day? Because that stuff to me, even 3, the album, that stuff, Acid Rap to me is probably one of the best mixtapes I've ever heard in my life. It's up there with, I was going to say any Lil Wayne project, really. Chance the Rapper's dope. I love Lil Channel from 79. Yeah, my squad needs more fixing than Khloe Kardashian in 2010. I'm struggling hard. I'm really debating hitting that wild card and really fixing my squad. Because I mean, look at that. It's just poor, man. I got a lot of things that need to be fixed. I'm with you, Wilbur. I need a trip to the ER. It needs I need Neil deGrasse Tyson to help fix out some of these problems. It needs all the work in the world. Shout out Gangstar. It needs serious help, and I made the same mistake last year when I'm really scared to use my chips. I keep thinking it'll be worse later. But I don't know how much worse my team can get right now. We are struggling. So, wild card is definitely on the table for this week. I agree with you, Wilbur. Needs serious work, man. I feel like let's go Raekwon on it was real head. Yeah, acid rap is phenomenal. If I'm ever having one of the best hip hop songs of the past 10 years is probably Acid Rain, just because of how deep it is and how emotional it really gets. Acid Rain from Acid Rap is one of my favorite rap songs of the last 10 years. See, the funny thing is, when I downloaded Acid Rap for the first time, Acid Rain wasn't on there. So I listened to it, I was like, this is a dope album. And then somehow I found out that I downloaded it wrong, and I missed out on Acid Rain. It was like a whole new world. So yeah, big fan of that. Yeah, type best. Wild card, yeah, who would I put in with my wild card? Let me go through it real quick. Let me just get rid of you, get rid of you. I'll keep y'all. Get rid of you. I'll keep Branthwaite. I wouldn't have Branthwaite in there in the future, but he's 4 mil, so I'm just gonna keep on to him just for the sake of it. This is really quick, so it's just off the top of my head. It's nothing concrete, but I would definitely get in DCL. Defenders. I like my midfield. I don't have any problem with it right now. But if Pulisic was back, I'd put in Pulisic there. I don't know who I'd get rid of. Probably Harvey Barnes, but that's where I would go. The other forward spot, it'd be tough between Harry Kane or Danny Ings. I don't know who I would pick. So for now, I'm just gonna say Ings to save me the 2 mil. Let's get into crappy forward real quick. Not crappy forward. Crappy is a bad word in England. Sorry for saying that. I apologize. Maximum price 4.5. You're 4.4. Thank you. Going for a super cheap bench again. Do listen to Juice WRLD. I haven't. Yes and no. I listen to Juice WRLD singles. I haven't listened to Juice WRLD albums. I know there's a lot of hype about him. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. I like some of the songs, but I'm not the biggest Juice WRLD fan. But that being said, I probably should go dive in more into the stuff. Let's see. Yeah, here comes a trip to the ER. So I have 12 million left. I got 3 defender spots to put in. Let's go back to defenders real quick. I'll probably put in. Crap. This would have been quicker. I'll bring in Reece James, Sice. Can't do that. Don't have enough money. And you're gone. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this a lot. I'd probably get rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just on the top of my brain, man. Reece James. Oh, already have him in. Sice. This is kind of where I would. This is where I would start. I'd have to move some funds around, of course. I think I would get rid of Ryan and I'd bring in Martinez. This is an incredibly long stream, isn't it? I'm probably just gonna keep it going the whole way through. It's been fun. Maximum price of 4.6 because you moved up. I would do that. Something along these lines. Bring in DCL. Go to a 3-4-3. Maybe I wouldn't have Sice just because I can't afford them. Mac Measy. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Mac Miller was incredibly underrated. Rest in peace again. His swimming album was really good. I thought that. I don't want to say that wasn't the best album of the year, but it was up there. Swimming was really good. I thought Good AM was really good. And the thing with Mac Miller is, as I fill out the rest of my bracket, the thing with Mac Miller is Sorry. Does that look alright? That's what I would do. Top of my brain, that would be my wildcard squad. What do you guys think of that wildcard squad? Just off the top of my brain, that's where I would go for. Mac Miller. The thing I love about Mac Miller is his evolution, right? I should also mention Faces in his mixtape. That was one of his best works too, but it wasn't an album, so it doesn't get talked about too much. But the thing with him is he's kind of started off with like that Blue Slide Park and that backpack frat rap, and so a lot of people didn't take him seriously, including myself at the beginning. I thought he was more of just like a college frat thing to listen to. But the more I dove into him, as my best friend was like, "No, you should check him out for real." So I checked him out, and I heard like The Best Day Ever, songs like that kind of changed me to like him a lot. And his evolution from Blue Slide Park to swimming, you can throw circles in there, of course, but the evolution from there is phenomenal. I mean, not only did he rap, he even had a jazz album where he's Larry Fisherman, right? He produced, he made his own beats, he helped other people out. He helped like Earl Sweatshirt, Vince Staples. He even had some stuff with Schoolboy Q. I mean, I like Mac Miller a lot. Rest in peace. But that would be my wild card squad right there. Off the top of my brain, of course, they're looking at it now. There's some definite things that I would like to fix. But I don't know. I kind of like my squad right now as it is. Is that crazy to say? Let's see and make sure I caught up on all the comments. Yeah, I'll check out Harry Fraud. I'll check out KS. I have a screenshot. I'll check out the rapper from India as well, KSRNA. Check him out. This one needs to be fixed. Who's you put in the wild card? Yeah, unless you guys have any other questions, I think that'll wrap up the stream. Appreciate y'all for showing up, man. This was awesome. I love doing this stuff. I'll do this again on Friday. Time to be determined. I will post something earlier. My team selection will either come out on Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided just yet, but that'll be coming out Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'll do a stream on Friday to answer more of your questions, to get some more in-depth stuff. Thank y'all for showing up, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the love y'all showed, and I know this was a tough week. I know it was hard to get by, but hey, man, we're here to have fun. It's a great FPL community, and I hope this stream made you smile a little bit. And it's much better. Strikers score a lot of points. Yeah, I should have put in more strikers from the get-go. I talked about that earlier on a sign-up before I finish up. I should have had 3 strikers to begin with. I think that was a thing a lot of people were... A lot of us, including myself, of course, failed to look at as having a front line, because there's a lot of good options out there for 8.5 or less. Jimenez, Ings, DCL, even Bamford's off to a great start. Mitrovic, Shea Adams had an assist. I know he's been struggling, but he'll find his shooting boots hopefully soon. But a lot of things. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday again. Hopefully, you guys can come to my stream on Friday. Thanks for the support. I need some water. Need some water right now. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and thanks for everything, man. Don out. Now I got to figure out where to hit end stream.